All right, everyone. So today I have a product from GearBest, and I'm kind of excited about it. It is from Jinglong Toys, and what this is, it's about a $45 RC truck. They claim this will go 38 kilometers an hour, which translates to about 24 miles an hour. So we're gonna see what is in the box when we open it up. It's actually pretty good packaging. They give a lot of detail of what it is. It is 2.4 gigahertz. They're claiming this is not hobby grade, or that this is not toy grade, rather it is hobby grade. And it does show on the website that it ships with an EU plug. So I'm hoping that they have an adapter for US, or otherwise we're going to have to wait a little bit to review this. And it looks like we've got some instructions. And for those that don't know, hobby grade is typically something that they'll state when it's an RC vehicle that has replacement parts, because you're probably going to break something along the way. So right off the bat, I'm noticing rubber tires. I'm also noticing they have the pins to remove the body, which is something you do typically see more with a hobby grade, something a little more durable. And I'm going to go ahead and pull all this packaging apart, and then we'll see what we have. But it is packaged very nicely. Everything is within this box here, and it looks pretty cool. So let's get it unboxed and check it out. Alright, so this is everything that comes with the truck, with everything opened up. It is kind of neat. They do give you an extra set of gears here, so I'm thinking there might be a low speed and a high speed, but we're going to have to check that out. We got the controller. The one bummer is this is like a European plug, and I do not have an adapter, so I'm going to have to purchase an adapter to get this to work. So we're going to get that, and then we'll continue on with the test. They do include a screwdriver as well, and the battery is inside of the truck. But first impressions are, it is pretty cool looking. So let's go ahead and get an adapter and get this thing going. Alright, so one thing I want to show here is when removing the battery and putting it back in, you need to be very careful with the wires. I noticed the wires can actually get crimped with this cover I'm putting on. And so just want to make note of that I actually cut one of the wires. Moving over to the controller. Controller definitely has a cheaper feel, but for a $45 remote control, it works, and that's really all you need to know about it. Little indicator light lets you know when it's paired up. And taking off, this thing just rocks. This is a blast to drive around. Rear wheel drive is pretty fun. You can break the rear tires loose. When you're going forward and you hammer on it and push the reverse button, it actually stops you, which is pretty cool. Do a little rock climbing action. This is not what this is intended for. Tires are kind of overworked, and I notice it will get through things if you really stomp on it, but as far as slow rock crawls, it's not going to do much for you. I actually got stuck on this hill a few times, and eventually you get up. So the big thing here is just hammer on it and it gets through. This thing is a lot of fun. Taller grass it struggles with. When you're really getting on it, it'll make it through, but again, anything slower and it gets stuck, and that's mostly due to the tires. Jumping has very soft suspension, but it handle jumps well. It doesn't bottom out too badly. On anything like this, the ground clearance isn't super great. It's more of kind of like a buggy than a big off-road truck. But it does all right. I don't find myself having to go and pick this up very often. It gets itself out of most of the jams. And the claim 24 miles an hour I think is pretty reasonable. This thing flies when you're at top speed. It handles pretty well. I did not flip this at all in all of my testing. which is really nice. Here it shows in taller grass with leaves, and here it's burning through pretty well. If you slow down at all, it typically will get stuck. So again, very happy with the truck. So I'm comparing this to things that I've had from like a Target or a hardware store that you spend like 40 or 50 bucks on, that I've gotten for my children, and they're not nearly as fun. They go about a fraction of the speed, and it just doesn't offer the same experience. This is something that's borderline hobby grade. You get a lot of speed, you get a lot of fun, and all that at a price of $45 is very, very reasonable. So put this video out there, so if anyone out there shopping for their kids, this is something I would definitely recommend over any of those kind of big box stores. A lot more fun to be had, and I've had a lot of different remote controls over my lifespan, and I would say for the money, this is great. And I would almost recommend buying two for $45 a piece. The shipping takes anywhere from, I would say, about a week to get. So my thought would be is, instead of trying to source parts and pieces and an extra battery, just spend the extra 45 bucks, put it all in one shipping box, get it, use one as spare parts and a spare battery, and beat the heck out of it. So I did a thorough thrashing on this, and it actually dropped down about a 10-foot cliff with rocks, and it banged up the body, but the thing still runs like a top. So I was able to beat it pretty well, and it's taken off and working like it never had any incidents. So that's good. And it is also waterproof. So look forward to getting that thing out in the winter and in some rain and see what it does. So any questions, hit me up in the comments. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe for more videos.